Live from Cybertron, it's Geek Empire, the Geeks strike back. I'm your host, Nick Prime.
I am Michaeltron.
And I'm Craigleby.
That sounds funnier the more and more you say it.
Craigleby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Empire podcast. This week, nothing really is going on this week for nerd news or like anything in what the fuck, as hard as that may sound. So this week we thought we'd try something that we might try on occasion if there's nothing really going on. Our top 5 lists. But people do that all the time. So this, we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite movies, all three of us. And to keep things from going boring, because everybody does this, we're going to have the asshole round. Basically, we're going to talk about start at like 5, our 5th favorite movie, and then the other 2 people are going to tear into us and
basically going to explain why they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And so even if they don't agree with it, they still have to be an asshole about it. Because that's what we do.
And here's the thing. This is my 110% prediction here. Now, none of us know each other's lists. None of us know. Well, actually, I wrote mine in front of Nick, but Craig has not seen ours. Craig has not seen ours. Craig,
Transformers 3.
I can guarantee you, if you count the amount of words all of us say in this entire episode, Craig will outweigh us by like a solid 75%.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Well, to be fair, I already outweigh you both in real life by 75%, so...
You're what? 20 pounds heavier than me?
I would say like 50 or 60.
360.
I don't know. I just...
In what leg? Who wants to start first? I kind of want Mike to go first, just because I think it'd be funny.
You want me to name my 5th first?
So how we're gonna do this is that he's gonna go his 5th, and then Craig's gonna go to his 5th, and I'll go to my 5th, and then 4th, the 4th, so on and so forth. So, all right, go ahead and start.
You're gonna love this, Craig.
He's already looking at him with just absolute disgust.
My 5th favorite movie is the Pokemon 2000 movie. Listen, you can't hate on the Pokemon movies. The first 3 Pokemon movies were fucking awesome.
He's sighing.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight after you guys are done with me. So yes, Pokemon 2000 movie. I love it. It's nostalgic. Out of all the Pokemon movies, it is definitely the best. It has the good story, good music as well. The fucking Lugia song is so haunting and calming and awesome.
So was Lavender Town. Look what it did.
That's all creepypasta.
I like to believe that Pokemon is responsible for thousands of suicides. Hashtag Pokemon deaths. Let's go for 3 million.
And Craig wants to speak.
He's holding back.
So let's.
All right.
No, you just keep talking, Mike.
No. I mean, it's just that I love the movie.
He gets a minute to explain why he loves it, and then we get a couple minutes to explain why he's wrong. So okay, keep going. What else you got?
That's basically it. I just love the Pokemon movies, and that's going to be my excuse the entire time. They're simple. I enjoy them. I don't critique movies like somebody who thinks he critiques movies, but. Alright, Craig, let me have it.
When the NT fired the fireball, it made me go, whoa, that's...
Wrong one.
Wrong fucking movie there.
Isn't that Pokemon? Oh, I'm sorry.
Pokemon 2001's with Lugia in the birds.
When the Lugia just went, pew, Mike went, yay. Hey man, it's been over a decade since I saw that movie, so I can't really remember a lot of it.
You can do better than that.
It's just, that's so...
This is the lightest insult from him I've ever had in my life.
Well, usually it has to be a movie that I've either seen or can remember.
Let's start off at the top. Ash is the biggest pussy I've ever seen. He's swimming in vagina and he never taps into that.
He's also 10 years old.
That's not an excuse anymore.
Yeah, that's never an excuse.
He needs to commit suicide.
That came out in 98.
He needs to commit suicide.
Oh yeah.
Did you just seriously say Pokemon 2000 came out in 1998? Yeah, that's what it... Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
It's just... Oh my god. I was not expecting... I was like a...
You know who the best character in that whole movie was?
Who?
The asshole who collected...
Slowking was the best character.
I wish I had pants.
The asshole who was collecting the birds.
Yeah, the douchebag hunting like the birds.
He's just collecting them because he could.
Is Lugia even really a bird?
I don't know. It's a
he has fingers.
Bird thing.
He literally has a thumb.
He does.
He has 2 thumbs.
He does. But you can't grab anything with them. I think they're just feathers that are shaped like hands.
So he's so retarded he cannot he's like a chicken. He's like an oversized chicken. Or is that more Ho-Oh?
I think
That's definitely more Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh's definitely a giant chicken.
All right, let's say Ho-Oh and Lugia are in a relationship. Who's pitching? Who's catching?
I think.
I'd say Lugia's pitching.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
He's pitching?
Lugia's definitely pitching. Lugia's
Dude, Lugia's the bitch.
No. I mean, can you look at Ho-Oh's giant tail feathers? Those have definitely been ruffled on more than one occasion.
Well, just because he's rainbow.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he should have beaten Ash to death the moment he saw him.
That could go for 90% of the series.
This was a horrible start to an insult game. Okay, so
you actually let me down, Craig. I know.
I'm sorry if you actually bring up a relevant movie. One that I've seen in the last 10 years.
Okay, so I'm assigning asshole points. I'll give you one asshole point for that one. So, because it's not relevant.
Like 17 years old. You know, I don't watch it as much as you do. I'm not like, time to watch Pokemon 2000. Like, I think I saw it last when it was on.
Well, mine's still going through puberty.
I think I watched it 4 years ago. I want to say was the last time I watched it, but. I saw the first. I watched the first movie probably.
The only Pokemon
ago.
movie that I remember vaguely more than like blips is the one with Celebi, because I watched that one a lot.
Those are sad as shit. Those
all
Pokemon
of them have
sad
some sad as shit ending that somehow manages to come out happy.
Yeah.
No, they're not happy. Celebi was. I mean, that was okay. Why did Professor
Celebi came out happy.
Not tell Ash like, hey, listen, I know you're like I know your future pretty much and. No, but it's like, I wonder if I should have told him.
Because non-canon?
First Oak's a pedophile.
Oh, you know it. Are you a boy or a girl?
Does it really matter? Not really.
Moving on, who's next?
Greg goes next.
Okay. Well,
so your fifth favorite movie.
I put about as much thought into this as I do into a morning shit. So,
okay.
I wanted to have at least one animated movie on my list. I'm like, alright, well, that took a bit to think about. So my fifth favorite movie is an animated movie.
It's Ghost in the Shell, isn't it?
It's not, but I wish. It is Mulan.
Good man! I can't even be mad about that one.
I would put an asshole point down anyways, just because, wow, really?
I think of all the 90s Disney movies, and
Mushu!
I'm not talking about Mushu. I'm talking about the character of Mulan is like one of the strongest.
Are you into cross-dressers?
She's a dyke. She is such a lesbian.
Hey,
she gets married to the what's his name? The Admiral.
Yeah, she's like 16. He's like 48.
What are you talking about?
He is like 30 years older than she is.
He just finished basic training.
The captain?
Yes. He just gets promoted to captain right at the beginning. He just practically fresh out of training.
Oh yeah, everyone in the military, right when they get out of training, gets automatically given a rank.
When your father is the admiral of the entire military, yes.
I still think he's like in his 60s.
Oh,
also, like it had, in my opinion, the coolest and catchiest Disney song, which is "I'll Make a Man Out of You." Like, that song is just infinitely, like...
You play it all the time, though.
I love that song.
Did you know Jackie Chan actually sung the Chinese version of it?
Really?
Yeah, and it actually kicks ass.
I'm going to China.
I didn't want to sound racist, wasn't it? But, like, come on. Of course he did.
I don't know. I just think it's
like, who'd have thought Jackie Chan could sing? In his own language,
ever seen, like, Around the World in 80 Days, or...
It's a really powerful film with a really strong female character. It's got great writing. It's funny. Mushu, I thought, Eddie Murphy actually had some charisma and, like, gave a fuck back then, pre-Norbit. That's how I measure Eddie Murphy's career, pre- and post-Norbit. Yeah. And in my opinion, it's like, when I was a kid, a little big one, as they called me, what the fuck was the name of the main villain in that one?
Shan Yu.
He was a scary looking motherfucker when I was a little kid. And like when he popped out of that snow after, I'm like, damn, this guy survived a fucking avalanche. It's pretty badass. I mean, granted, the final fight could have been cooler, but
they slipped through my fingers.
But it was like a Disney movie, so like.
Oh my god!
I love those three. Like one of the greatest compliments / insults I've ever gotten in my life is they're like, is somebody actually told me I am Champo, Ling, and Yao all fused together into one.
You
name.
honestly are.
And like, it is the greatest compliment / insult I've ever gotten in my life.
So as fat as shampoo,
Fat,
as useless as
stupid,
Ling.
funny, and think I'm big. And angry.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of the 90s Disney movies, but Mulan is the one that I will watch any day of the week. It's got great songs, great writing, it's got emotional moments. Yeah. So, I picked that one.
Any insults?
Nope, I can't insult Disney.
You have to!
I have nothing!
That's the point!
I have nothing!
Fine.
This show.
Fine, I'll do it.
The only thing I had is I already gave. Are you into cross-dressers?
He's in the dicks, that's what it is.
Yeah, yours, anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow, okay, alright, alright. I love Mulan, but the whole point of the game is to make insults, so, alright, let's see.
Well, I mean, it's difficult when you pick good movies.
Obviously, Asian.
Careful. What are you talking about?
They can't drive.
What does that have anything to do with the movie?
Feudal China. There's no cars.
Exactly.
What are you... Nick, that is the worst.
You fell so hard.
No, see, she was aiming for Shan Yu, but accidentally hit the mountain with that fucking firework. And of course they're fireworks.
No, she wasn't aiming for Shan Yu.
Yeah, she was.
No, she wasn't.
She has
because the
horrible
camera literally shows her looking at the mountain peak before she runs for the rocket.
Nah, she just has horrible
Okay, sure. I think you just don't have any insults for a great movie.
I don't, but still. At least I had to try.
Also, that cricket was fucking adorable.
The second one sucks.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I'll give you that one.
I'll give you that one. That was
90% of the Disney sequels to like the Golden Age Disney movies.
I want to know something. Why was it that the characters in it that weren't actually Asian, like the voice actors who weren't actually Asian, gave the most racist Asian voices for the characters?
Ooh.
I think there was only one Asian voice actor in there.
The grandmother was fucked up, man.
I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know.
Well, the chick who voices Mulan and the captain are both Asian.
Are they?
The guy who voices the captain was in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Yeah, he played...
Dr. Chang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we stop being racist? What was it? It was Dr. Wu in Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's...
That was the actual character's name.
No, sorry, Dr. Chang is...
Yeah, because you just made up to sound like a fucking idiot. Dr. Wu is actually what the character is.
Dr. Wu.
Well, woohoo. Moving on.
All right. Time for mine. Mine.
Also, excuse me. Let's just back. Most of the cast from Mulan was Asian. What are you talking about?
One of them was stupidly Asian. The fucking
the one who played the grandmother, I think, wasn't.
What was the grandmother's character name?
Grandma.
No, I'm just making sure. I don't think Disney was that dumb.
Grandma China.
No, I think the only one who was stupidly like Asian was the he was like the emperor's like right-hand man or whatever who was following around the whole time.
I didn't know.
I knew a pair of slippers.
Yeah, that one. I did not know Pat Morata was the fucking emperor. You learned something every day.
A grain of rice. He what? Oh my! Come on, fortune cookies be damned. Come on, everything.
Don't you know every fortune cookie exists because some Chinese man decides to just speak and then write down what he's saying?
I love how basically at the end of the movie he was like, "You better go tap that, or you're fucking gay."
Right? He drops all pretenses. It's just like fucking go.
A girl like that is not show up every dynasty.
He just outright just drops all the formalities.
He did the G. He did a G rating, but if it was like PG-13 radar, it's like you better go tap that ass or you're gay. A grain of rice. Fuck! Shut up! Come on.
Talking about his penis, or?
Yes. I built the Great Wall of China for my dick.
So what is your number 5 then, Nick?
The Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, every stereotypical horror movie, a bunch of stupid teenagers decide to go into an abandoned cabin and spend the night, and shit happens to the slut.
So shit happens to all of them. Have you seen the movie?
Yes, actually I have.
One, Joss Whedon's a great writer.
Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard stole that movie, or at least ideas from it, so I love that movie, but I have a hard time loving it knowing that those two are kind of fucking idiots. Like, they literally traced that parts of that movie came from a novel. Not the whole thing as a whole, but, like, they confirmed that they did take parts from the novel. It was settled out of court, but I don't know. I like the movie, but I have a hard time getting behind the fact that it's so original when parts of it were so clearly
He did air quotes, by the way, when you said original. Yeah. I know you can't see it.
So original, but yet parts were just straight lifted out of a novel or ideas. Yeah.
Fair enough, but it's still a great fucking movie.
It is a great movie.
It's just a generic horror movie.
It is not generic. It is far from generic.
Group of young people, always fucking teenagers, late teens, show up into some cabin, and people start dying.
How many generic...
First goes the slut, then goes the black guy, but then the fat guy.
First of all, there is no fat guy.
In that order.
I know you didn't see the movie because there is no fat guy.
No, that is just the formula in general.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Movie.
How many generic horror movies show you this company who sets this stuff up because they need to sacrifice these kids to these ancient gods to keep them from breaking out from the earth and killing everyone?
So it went from some... it could have been a horror movie to some kind of like, oh, here's this widespread cult. We have a giant distribution system of monsters.
Yes, it was brilliant. Like that's the whole point. Every generic Cabin in the Woods movie you've ever seen has these guys in the background setting this shit up. And you're seeing it from the control room. You're seeing it from their perspective. It's fucking brilliant. Fucking amazing.
It is.
You're supposed to be getting asshole points.
How? I love the movie. Like, Mike had a point. If you, I'm sitting here thinking, well, okay.
And I'm sitting here trying to insult it, and you're...
I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, well, that's great on this part. There's not much wrong with the movie, other than the fact that I think that the two behind it are kind of shitty. But like,
I mean, that could be true, but, like, in itself, the movie is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the movie to death.
Let me guess. Never mind. We're not supposed to predict each other's list. I already know what his number one is.
Everybody knows who his number one is. We've already talked about it on the channel, and we know what his number one is.
Yeah, but then it means you have time to create your insults. So, alright, moving on, Mike, number 4.
Transformers 1, Transformers
You'd be surprised.
It's Aladdin. It's...
Number 4 is Captain America Civil War.
This is harder than
What's your problem now? It's a high-budget Marvel film that did fucking awesome! It's Avengers 3!
Maybe this would have been better if this was a top 5 guilty pleasures movie.
Seriously, because I think we keep picking good movies.
This is difficult.
This is hard.
Oh, that was a you're having a hard time?
Yeah.
Side? Oh,
Yeah.
woohoo!
Yeah.
I stumped Craigleby!
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Your name in my phone now is, and now will forever be Craigleby.
It won't be there for long when I kill myself later.
I'll keep it there to memorialize it.
I don't know.
Alright, we have to at least try it. Alright, pick out some asshole moments from it, though. Fine, I have one. Captain America's a fucking prick.
How's he a prick?
He's a fucking warmonger. He's a douchebag.
How's he any of those
He's
things?
stupid. I'm
trying to save his best
I'm the
friend.
shield. Who gives a fuck?
You would if your best friend was Bucky.
No.
That's what makes the movie so great. Is you side and you see both
Mike,
points.
I'm sorry.
For
If you
Cap
killed
and for Iron Man.
like dozens, if not hundreds of people,
Who did he kill?
I'm letting you get shot.
Who did he kill? Who did he kill?
Captain America. He killed Tony Stark's parents.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Captain America.
No, Bucky.
Bucky.
We were just talking about Bucky.
I mean, yeah, but he had no control. He was a mindless slave.
This thing, he was 100% hypnotized. It was
It's
not
like being a robot.
Who gives a fuck? He still did it.
I guess. I mean,
So forgive him. Hey, it's not my fault. I killed your parents.
We pardoned some Nazis and war criminals. That's fine, but no, it's not pardon a brainwashed.
I never said that was okay.
It's not pardon a brainwashed soldier.
But the Nazis did research that we wanted. At least they were they were useful.
God, I don't even know what to say. It didn't have enough. No, okay. Nope, I can't even
So
say
in your eyes, it's a perfect movie.
Yeah, when I saw that, I
Captain
came out
America
and
Civil
said,
War,
it is
100%,
the
not a
perfect-
single issue with it. Everything's completely perfect.
Yeah, for me, it is probably still my favorite Marvel movie.
Oh, get
to
the
date.
fuck out. Oh.
If he had something like Thor or Thor: The Dark World, I have a lot of problems with those movies, but Civil War is like damn near perfect.
What? I'm not even going to
The Thor movies are trash.
I do actually like all of the Marvel
hopefully
movies.
the third, of course.
All of them.
Hopefully the third Thor is better.
The one that you said, fuck the bag of Skittles.
Yeah, it's a pack of Skittles with a hammer.
Oh, God.
I'm excited for that.
Oh. This is already starting off on a bad start. Alright, fine. Go to year 4. Why are you laughing?
Because my number 4 is a movie neither of you have heard of, so I'm curious how you're going to insult it.
Well, for me, there's no surprise.
Alright, let's hear it.
Alright, my number 4 is a movie from 1973 called The Sting with Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Apparently it's so bad that...
How condescending of you to just drop your glasses on the table like that. Like, yeah, fuck you.
It would upon
Just boom! Roast me, bitch!
Yeah, it is, in my opinion, it is...
Well, Robert Redford is completely overrated.
I gotta explain the movie's about before you even insult it.
I know who Robert Redford is.
He's a great actor. He was Alexander Pierce in Winter Soldier.
Okay.
He killed my friend. I want revenge.
I'm sorry.
That's horrible, Robert Redford.
The Sting is fantastic. It's like the perfect heist movie. If you like movies like the Ocean's 11, 12,
I'm sorry, that's all the
movies,
Fast and the Furious movies.
Those are not.
Get out.
No, I love the Fast movies, but they're not perfect. They're just dumb popcorn movies.
They really are. Even I can admit that. They're just
Are you telling me
stupider.
that one particular actor whose most famous work is I Am Groot are just popcorn movies?
Honestly, I think Dom Toretto's he's more notable for that than Groot. But yeah, The Sting, it's great. It's got.
You're both wrong. He's more notable for Riddick.
The thing is,
moving on.
all right, I can 100% tell you that. All right, we're off to the bad stuff, but at least these next couple movies that I know we're gonna say, Craig is gonna have an issue with.
Thank God, but no.
Yeah, finally something to.
Yeah, The Sting. It's a great heist
It's about
movie.
a giant
It's
bee.
got.
I feel like this is like Godzilla fights the giant hornet.
No, it's about two.
Can that be a thing?
It's about two con men who have to pull off a really a great sting, as they call them back in the 70s, which is a term for a heist.
You talking about generic?
Every generic heist movie ever.
I'm sorry, this one preceded all those.
Who gives a fuck?
We're gonna get the hacker, and we're gonna get a driver.
There's no driver. There was none of that.
So it's just two guys wearing leather jackets.
No, I'm not gonna say you're gonna explain 2 hours of bang. No. Put the money in the bag! There's no guns.
No, you gotta do it how Robert Redford said, "You killed my friend, put the money in the bag."
Anyone who actually listens, which is all 3 people, watch The Sting. It's got great Robert Shaw is in it, who is Quentin Jaws. He's fantastic as the villain. Paul Newman's great. Robert Redford's great. It's got some humor. It's got great characters.
Shaw dead?
Yeah, he died back in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
I was wondering why nobody ever sees him anymore.
He's dead. That's why.
Nobody sees him anymore. He died in the 80s. You weren't even born by the time he died.
I was like, did Jaws actually kill him?
Yeah, the shark actually killed him.
Would it be great if the mechanical shark actually killed him?
The shark's in his grave with him.
No, he wanted to. No, he wasn't even filming a regular movie. He just so happened to be premiering the movie and have the mechanical shark up somewhere and it falls down.
Yeah.
It just Jaws bleh. Oh, that would be great.
Okay.
But yeah, The Sting, great movie. Don't listen to these 2 fuckfaces.
You haven't yet to explain anything about the movie other than
You keep cutting me the fuck off!
It's just
That's why! Jesus Christ! How much does it explain what a movie's about with you every 2 seconds? You're like, oh, and by the way...
hashtag triggered. And I'm surprised it took this long.
I know, finally, it's getting entertaining.
No.
Finally,
Please, please explain your next movie, and every 2 seconds I'm gonna fucking slurp this soup. And we'll fucking see how far you get. Thank you.
Please don't do that.
Save it for your mom.
I don't care. This
is clearly more important.
I want you to explain me the plot. Explain me.
Then shut up.
I am.
It's a heist movie. What more plot is there? They rob a bank.
Is it a bank?
No.
What?
They're trying to rob a mobster from New York. Yeah, it's about this guy. I forgot what his name was because I saw the movie a few years ago, but he is a con man in Chicago, and he...
Emilio Estevez.
See? Like I said, Never mind. Look it up yourselves. You're smart people. It's a great.
No,
no. It's not worth it. No,
you assume anyone who watches us is intelligent enough to figure it out.
No. Because you know what? You're not worthy of my art. With your fucking Pokemon 2000.
I'm willing to bet that 3 out of the next 4. I'm willing to bet 2 out of the next 3 titles are shit nobody's ever heard of.
Fuck. Okay.
Nick's turn.
He's eating. All right, fine.
So this is how he buries his problems.
Yeah.
I still want him to tell me what the movie's about.
Then stop.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you fucking positive?
100%.
Okay. I don't believe you. You're not fucking worth it.
Say anything.
Anyway, it's about a con man in Chicago.
I, on the other hand, agreed to nothing.
It wasn't me. It was him.
Do your number 4. Do your number 4. I will tell you the news afterwards.
We broke him.
I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care.
3 more titles to go, and we broke him already.
All right, Mike gets an asshole point. I want to know the Robert Redford.
Stop that.
Stop chewing the mic, you fuck. All right, my number 4. He can't pick this one apart either. Django Unchained.
That's okay. Explain why you like it first.
I love Tarantino.
Hey, Mike.
movies.
So I saw a baseball game the other day. And it was really good. Yeah, I was telling you, I don't know.
Don't drag me into your lover squirrel.
So, I love Tarantino movies, and of all the Tarantino,
Chew with your goddamn mouth closed.
Sorry, what? You were talking about a movie?
yes, Django Unfucking Chained.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's actually the title.
The Tarantino movie, not the original. Anyway, I loved Kill Bill, but when Django Unchained came out, I absolutely loved it. I can watch it anytime. All the actors are in it, are like fucking amazing. Christoph Waltz is amazing in it. It is just fucking great, and I can sit down and watch it.
Now, I'm about to get made fun of, probably, because I'm wrong, but is that the one with Leo DiCaprio and...
Yes.
Yes!
Woo! Oh my god! Yeah!
He knows a movie!
He knows a movie!
Yes! Holy crap!
He knows a movie!
I did a thing!
Wait. Explain the plot. Explain what happened.
Nope.
Don't they, doesn't he try to buy a slave, but sneak... Or no. Him and his partner, who is Samuel L. Jackson, I believe.
No.
They try to save his wife from a slaver and take her up north by faking buying her or something along those lines.
From now on, every time we talk about a movie he doesn't know, he has to explain the plot just from the title.
I think he just combined Pulp Fiction with
Django
Django Unchained. Anyway, so Django Unchained, yeah, it's a good movie. A couple things though. One, it's too long. It's far too long. It can be like 30 minutes shorter. 2, some of the characters in that movie are really fucking
How long
flat.
is Sting?
Like an hour and a half.
Too long.
Oh, your movie's almost 3 hours, that motherfucker. Okay?
Yeah, but it's worth it.
No, it's not.
Ladies.
Some of the characters in that movie are really bad. Like Kerry Washington, who plays his wife. Her literal function in the movie is just to be the wife. What does she do besides cry and get hit? What does she do?
That's all she needs to do.
What? Wow!
No, that's what the character... I'm not a woman... No.
1971 call, they want you back.
No, that's all her character was needed for.
That's lazy writing just to have a... That's like whenever a movie's like, oh, we have to get a certain box, or we have to get this briefcase, or a woman.
So now you're comparing her to a box now.
That's what the movie is pretty much comparing her to. She's just a thing that they need to get instead of actually being a fully developed character. That's fucking lazy writing. Jamie Foxx, I like him as an actor. He was so boring as Django. Like,
really?
Christoph Waltz was way better in every scene they were in together. I mean, he was just so bland. Every scene he's just like sitting there, serious look on his face.
Do you know who else they wanted to get
Will
before
Smith.
Jimmy Kennedy? No, before him.
Tyrese Gibson?
No, before him.
I don't know, fucking Paul Newman. Who?
No, what's the fucking guy? Oh god, what's the guy name from Rush Hour?
Hey, do you know who
Chris
they were
Tucker?
gonna get? Fuck, what's
Chris
his name?
Tucker.
Honestly, I would have liked to see Chris Tucker.
Hey, Django! Jackie!
And like, listen, I love me some Tarantino, but like, there are just things like it felt like he was just saying the N-word at points in that movie just to be that cool kid who could drop it, whereas in his next movie, The Hateful Eight, he didn't say it as much, and it felt much more like
It flowed more.
It flowed more instead of him just being like, hey, I'm gonna have this white person say the N-word. Haha. It just at points
that
it
was
felt
actually
like
really good.
It's not hard to do with Tarantino. You gotta be really nasally and have really high energy. I mean, it's a good movie, but like, it's also boring as shit in parts too. Like I'm sorry, like some of the scenes in the beginning, like I just find really, really boring in that movie.
I skip the part where they're all like walking. The intro to it is actually pretty boring.
I'm sorry, if you're skipping parts of a movie, it's not that good of a movie.
There's no other parts I skip. I love honestly the best part. Honestly, if it wasn't for Christoph Waltz, I probably wouldn't love it as much. But like everything he's like, every scene that Christoph Waltz is in, he steals.
That's true.
He is so like just his character is so altruistic, and it's just like he never lies to Django once.
You would like that movie, Mike.
Django?
Yeah, I think you'd like it a lot.
I don't know. You suggest a lot of movies to me that I end up not liking.
He did like Hateful Eight. You like Hateful Eight.
I liked Hateful Eight when we spent time actually on the plot and not 45 minutes opening cutscene of them walking in the snow.
Maybe he wouldn't like Django. Mike don't like long movies.
I literally sat there. No,
do you know that?
I don't
you know what?
mind
that. Explains.
No, I don't mind long movies, but when you sitting there at the beginning and you have a 10-minute long establishing shot,
it wasn't 10 minutes.
Waste of my time.
Apparently, if it's not a Pokemon movie,
yeah, if there's no Pokemon
his attention span
or Captain America shields. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, he likes shiny.
To be fair, Spider-Man was the best part of Civil War.
But still, like the dialogue and talking in Tarantino movies is all you need to stay engaged. You don't need
if it gets there.
What are you talking about?
We went to see Hateful Eight in theaters, and I literally sat there during the establishing shot and openly said,
was like 5
"Is the
minutes.
movie going to start?"
It was like 5 minutes, and it was beautiful cinematography.
It was supposed to show you the environment and where they were.
Great! It could have been snow, mountain, characters. Awesome.
Black guy.
Not snow, mountain, field, tree, mountain, snow, field, tree, character, snow, field, mountain.
Jesus.
Fuck! Get to the point!
I wish Michael Parks was in that movie. He would have made that fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your number 3, Mike?
That's a very good question. Let me double check my list. My number 3 is... Alright, I don't know if you're going to hate this or not, but Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies.
Do we have something? Do we finally have something?
No, we broke it!
What?
We're still hurting him!
No, we're not. It's just that movie is so bad.
What do you mean it's so bad?
Fuck are you bringing...
All the Hobbit movies are fucking amazing!
The second one's the only good one.
They're all good!
Uh-huh.
Every single one of them.
Sure they are.
Every single one of them.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Where'd you go? Come on!
I'm sorry. If I wanted to watch 2 hours of just CGI battling, I'll go watch a George Lucas movie. I'm sorry. Like, to me, there was no plot in the third Hobbit movie. It was just battle after battle after battle. There was one point in that movie when Orlando Bloom is, like, running up rocks as they fall, which, by the way, if you know physics, even basic physics, it's not fucking possible. And I'm just like, wow, this is all this movie is one big action sequence. Where's the character development? Where's the compelling dialogue? Where's the progression of this story? There's a reason why in the book Bilbo is unconscious for the Battle of the Five Armies, because we found out it's actually not that interesting. Who gives a fuck?
I loved it. I don't care.
I'm sorry, the whole movie to me...
I don't say character development, like, you're telling me, like, at the end of the movie, Thorin's moment with Bilbo is not character development. You
didn't need a whole movie of him being...
Hypocrite.
How?
Yeah, you were complaining when people cut you off. Are you gonna say that King Thranduil, his character development with Legolas right at the end wasn't worth it?
What character development?
Yeah, what
He showed actual compassion, not just towards.
Oh, hey, I loved your mother,
but not
goodbye.
But he even also showed compassion towards Fuck, I forget her name.
Oh, hey, your guy you kind of like is dead. I'm not gonna like tear into your wound a little bit. So, but hey, goodbye. What? There was not any character development.
There wasn't at all.
I love the Hobbit movies, I do. But that one had nothing. It was just a battle.
The second one was so good, and it had great sequences upon great dialogue and great development, and that progressed the story. The third one, they stayed in one spot, and they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and they fought, they fought, and nothing else happened. There's a reason why the movie should have been condensed to 2 and not 3. Also, the best part of those Hobbit movies was Smog, and only him being the first 10 minutes of the movie really fucking hurt the movie.
I can picture, like, honestly, like, you know how much I love the Hobbit movies. The third one, honestly, if it wasn't the fact that, like, people knew that Smaug was going to be in the third one, I think some people would not have gone and seen it.
I don't know. I don't care. I like what I like.
He likes what he likes.
Fantastic movie.
Mike likes some CGI beat 'em ups.
I like the movie.
Oh, this is going to be a short one this week. Alright, no, but I was thinking as we were doing this, if this doesn't last too long, we actually do write our 5 guilty pleasure movies. Take 5 minutes, right? Though 5
I don't
guilty
even think I
pleasures.
have 5 guilty pleasure movies.
And Mike's like, I like what I like, and I like it.
Anyway, so what's your third?
I mean, you can't exactly call me wrong for having my opinion.
No.
My number 3 is Death Note. No, it's not. I just wanted to...
So that one I have a few comments for.
Well, you didn't even see it yet. My number 3 is my favorite horror comedy of all time. Can you guess what it is?
Horror comedy?
Yeah.
On the nose?
What? On the nose?
He said haunted house.
Haunted house.
Oh. That is a good one. Yeah, can you guess it?
Horror comedy.
Yeah. Came out in the 80s.
Oh, came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Horror comedy. It's not Ghostbusters.
No, it is Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2.
Oh, okay.
Evil Dead 2, in my opinion, is one of those movies that...
Wait, hold on a second. Mike, have you seen Evil Dead 2?
No.
Can you tell us the plot? Tell us the plot.
I think I've seen
the remake?
Army of the Dead.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness,
Okay.
yeah. It's got a fucking chainsaw for a hand.
Explain the plot of Army of Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Fucking no.
That's the whole point. Evil Dead, just...
I don't know. There's some evil dead guy and he has to go kill him. I don't fucking know.
And there's 2 of them.
There's two Evil Deads.
Yeah, there's the second one. Hell if I fucking know.
The sequence in Evil Dead 2, after Ash's girlfriend rises from the grave and chases him around the house with a chainsaw, and you see like the POV shot of the chainsaw skeleton chasing him with the chainsaw. That is one of the most thrilling horror comedy sequences of all time, because you're watching it terrified that the chainsaw's gonna get him, but you're laughing because you're like, what the fuck is even happening?
I gotta say, it seems like in Evil Dead 1, they tried to actually be serious.
Yeah, they did. That was the more...
Evil Dead 2, they're like,
nope.
No, let's just go for it. And then the third one, they're just like, just fuck it.
Yeah. And that's why I think the second one works best, because the first one was it was good, but it was too serious. Not a big fan of Army of Darkness, although it's got points that I like. This one hits that nice sweet spot of being scary, yet funny. Bruce Campbell is just eternally fucking amazing. I love how they give him a girlfriend character in the second one for her to die like 10 minutes into the movie.
Actually, one. Mike, explain the plot of Evil Dead, of Army of Darkness.
I don't even remember.
Do your
he gets
best.
sucked into some different world and has to kill some crazy witch that...
That's close.
I don't even fucking remember it.
It's in-
I saw this movie like 9 years ago.
But this is funny trying to see you do this. It's actually entertaining.
Yeah, his blood vessels are starting to bulge a little bit.
Alright, there's an army and there's darkness, and there's a guy with a machine
gun.
with a
With a gun.
chainsaw hand. I know that's in there.
And a boomstick.
And a boomstick.
No, Evil Dead 2 is a fantastic movie. I was going back and forth whether to put Evil Dead 2 or Scream as my number 3, because I think both are fantastic. But
Scream is like, here's people knock on it a lot, but for the time, it is such a masterpiece. Because it set a bar for the horror franchise. Honestly,
I just rewatched the 3 movies in that franchise that I like, because I own Scream 1, Scream 2, and Scream 4. Fuck Scream 3.
but not Scream 4. Not
Scream 4 is much better than Scream 3.
Yeah,
It's not a debate about Scream, but yeah, I was going back and forth with which one to put in my top 5, but Evil Dead 2, I just go back and revisit that movie at least once every other year just to watch it. And for nothing else, that skeleton sequence is just like, it's amazing. And if you watch the original Evil Dead, there's that sequence when the demon is coming for them, and they literally put the camera like in the trees and just like zip line it through the trees, and it is the creepiest thing ever. And Sam Raimi's a fucking weird genius.
Not with Spider-Man.
What?
Not with Spider-Man.
I liked the first 2 Spider-Man, and then the third one...
The first one, The second one was great. The third one,
Is this the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second one was good. I liked Doc Ock.
Yeah, same.
They did nail Doc Ock.
Do you speaking of horror movies, do you have like a particular horror movie that means a lot to you? Like that just really like you?
I really don't watch horror movies.
Not any horror movie that like really stands out to you.
Not really. I mean, like we went to see Krampus. I don't even know. I can't even count that as a horror movie.
I call it a horror comedy.
We spent more time laughing at it than we were
God, yeah.
Like,
oh my god! You know, I kept telling to Craig that I want to do a commentary podcast. Krampus should be one of the ones you and me do one for.
I'd do it.
I'd do it. You gotta be there with
just
it.
The whole fucking the whole fucking movie is just too funny. It really was.
So this is off topic, but I'm just so curious now that we're here. Did you guys talk about last week our interesting in quotes experience watching Annabelle Creation? Speaking of horror,
we talked about we gave our review of it, but you weren't here for it. So go ahead and give us your review of it.
Oh, I just think it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie to solid B- or 3.5 out of 5. I just want to talk about it because sitting next to
I fucking covered that.
Oh.
Never have I wanted to murder children before in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think that's why Mike doesn't watch horror movies, because that's typically like where we get the worst audiences.
Horror movie?
Yeah.
I will say our when we went to see Lights Out.
That was phenomenal.
That was hysterical.
That was the best thing ever.
I wasn't even focusing on the horror movie at that point. I was just focusing on the audience and their reaction.
No.
It was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, no, Annabelle Creation was good. I just wanted to... I don't know if you guys brought up Mike's...
My rage-induced coma.
No, yeah.
I feel like I would have enjoyed the movie a lot more if it wasn't for them. I would have been more scared. I would have had, you know...
Yeah.
If I could have invested into the movie.
And not the people behind
between them and him... I'm pointing at Nick. Very judgmentally. If it's just Nick like it normally is, I can tone him out.
When there's 12 Nicks behind you.
Exactly.
I don't do that shit. Are you kidding me?
You're right. You're not bad. You don't do shit for the sake of being stupid. You're just like, oh fuck, come on.
I gave reaction.
Why would you do that? Fuck, don't do that.
I can't help but comment on stupid shit. And it just.
So what's your number 3, Nick?
All right.
Don't be ashamed of it.
Mine is the Disney classic, Alice in Wonderland.
Back to Disney classics.
Not the Tim Burton one.
Oh, well, in that case...
Not the Tim Burton one.
In that case, I can't comment. I've never seen the original.
You have never seen the original Alice in Wonderland?
It does not appeal to me in the slightest.
Truthfully, there are very few Disney movies I do not like, and that one just didn't do it for me. Even though it's like classic golden age Disney, I just wasn't a big fan.
It is so fucking compelling. Like everything about it, it's meant to fuck with you, and it does. It's a G version of what do you call it? Like a psychic thriller. What do they call them? Like psychological thriller. It's a G family version of a psychological thriller.
And that's probably why I thought it didn't do it.
It's meant to mind fuck you. It's just like, oh god, is she on drugs?
But it didn't. That's the problem. It didn't do that. Like those video games. The game you made me play, Alice Madness Returns. That did it fucking well.
Because it was fucking amazing.
But the Disney, it's too kiddish to be a psychological thriller.
That's why I said G version.
That's the thing. It just does not work.
Yes, it does.
I have to disagree entirely.
All right, you said. Oh my god. No.
Nope.
I have to disagree entirely. I think it was one of the weakest Disney films.
You are so wrong. You are so wrong.
Whatever. Hey.
There's a reason Alice in Wonderland is, even to this day, still famous. Massively still famous.
Emo children like yourself.
Because it has the Disney name attached to it.
That's not because the Disney name Alice in Wonderland is famous. The fucking writer is the reason it's famous.
Yeah, and that's not rated G, so they could get dark and do shit.
They didn't get dark in the book. It was meant for children.
I don't know. It just did not work for me. It just didn't do it. It was boring to me. It was extremely boring.
You had no sense of imagination or wonder.
It was so boring.
It is not boring.
Yes, it was.
Maybe if people only had 3 brain cells.
There we go. So you win an argument when you resort to insulting the other person.
Yes, because you're stupid. Alice in Wonderland's great.
And he did say yes, so that means I won.
He's genuinely upset right now.
Alice in Wonderland is a classic movie. Even today, people celebrate as being one of the greatest books ever created, one of the greatest books ever written, and one of the greatest Disney movies ever made.
Not according to this guy.
No.
Yeah, apparently not to him.
No.
The guy who knows nothing about movies is the one giving the critiques on this one.
Well, I think Mike just got 10 asshole points.
Listen, I can't.
It's not asshole. It's
I can't
ignorance.
stand the fact that it was boring.
That's your own personal opinion.
And the only one I care about.
Mike, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is... Oh, here we go. I mean, we already did talk about this one previously. Not today, but in another podcast. But Pitch Black, the Riddick series.
Oh my God.
I mean, we've already went into this one. So...
Alright, let's hear it.
I got nothing.
Really?
No, it's not even that it's a perfect movie. He's picking movies that I just don't watch enough to, like... I haven't seen Pitch Black in about 7 years. I don't remember a lot of it. It's been... Like, you're picking movies... Like, you couldn't pick anything that people watch these days? Jesus.
Pokemon 2000 is the most up-to-date movie he's talked about.
You couldn't pick one shitty Transformers movie? I already know your number 1 is, motherfucker. It's probably Aladdin.
You might be right.
Thank you. Anyway. And yours is Tron. Let's take the sheet off.
Hashtag spoilers.
Let's take the sheet off the fucking... Let's just pull the sheet back from this Wizard of Oz fucking machine. This is a show. This is a microphone. Oh my God. It's just like...
Pull the sheet back.
I literally can't even remember anything in Pitch Black besides when the monsters attack. It's been so long.
It's so good, isn't it, though?
I don't know. It's been so many years. I watched Riddick, the third one, way more. Like, I own the first and third one, but I haven't popped the first one in. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to now because I remember all the third one. The first one, I remember them crashing. I remember a bunch of dumb motherfuckers getting killed, and then I remember John's getting killed. And then I remember when the girl gets killed at the end, everyone's like, "Oh, they killed the girl." But like, so much of that movie is just, from what I remember, it's just walking through the dark, stop, monster attacks, walking through the dark, stop, monster attacks, walking through the dark, stop, monster attacks. Rick gives a quip. From what I remember, it's very monotonous, the plot, but
Yeah.
you know,
I can't hate on Riddick. Riddick is just the biggest badass ever.
why couldn't we just do a top 5 and love our movies? Why do they have to try and hate on good movies? This is a hard
Right.
thing to do.
Because like
And he's
everybody does top 5 favorite movies I love.
Yeah, but like,
boring shit.
couldn't we do top
Well, the thing
5?
is that everybody does it because it works.
Also, like, Mike's top 5 isn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was expecting Transformers 1.
Listen, I like the first 3 Transformers movies, but they're not my favorites.
I was expecting, like, fucking... I don't know. What else?
And I wasn't going to put Transformers on here just to trigger you.
Independence Day Resurgence and fucking just a bunch of other horse
See,
shit.
the first Independence Day barely missed out. I love the first Independence Day.
Damn, I could have had a lot of fun with that.
The first Independence Day is awesome.
I love how your lists are written down like you're hiding them, like you're shameful.
Well, no, we wanted you to guess.
Well, now we fucking know.
Yeah.
What's your second, Craigleby?
It is a French movie from last year.
Blue is the warmest color?
No, that's from a couple years ago, but I do like that movie.
That's because of the 10-minute lesbian sex scene.
Yo.
Oh my god, that's just great.
Hold on, back up. What's the title of this movie again?
It's on Netflix. It's called Blue is the Warmest Color.
Blue is the warmest color.
15-minute lesbian sex
Dude,
scene.
I need 10 seconds.
It's like a 3-hour movie, so you can a lot of fast forward.
Oh god, but it is great.
It's, well,
Holy
not
shit.
being as perverted as Nick, it's just a great movie.
Oh, it's a great
anyway,
sex scene.
your second
A
favorite?
lot of
My number
tongues.
2. It's actually not a French movie. I just wanted to see if Nick would fucking laugh, and he did. It is a romance movie.
Alright.
It is about time.
Fag.
Get the fuck out.
Nope.
You talking about the one with, God, what the hell, not Amy Adams, what the fuck's her name? The one who played, she was in Sherlock, the Sherlock Holmes movie.
Rachel McAdams?
Rachel McAdams. You talking about that one?
Yeah, with Donald Gleason and Rachel McAdams and Bill Nighy.
Get the fuck out.
No.
I can time travel. I'm in love.
First of all,
Ah! Now we have a movie I'm going to absolutely fucking shit on. Get the fuck out.
have you seen the movie?
Yes!
It's a great movie.
Shut the fuck up!
Great dialogue,
No!
great romance. It's a romance movie that doesn't just pander to women. It actually tries to put stuff in there for the guys to like. It tells the story from the
time
guys'
travel!
perspective.
I'm gonna see the movie because time travel! Doctor Who meets fucking 50 Shades of Grey. Get the fuck out.
No, it's actually neither of those. There's no BDSM portion.
Because it's so boring.
It's not. Oh. I'm sorry, genuine human connections bother you. It's okay.
No, there's a reason why there are such things as time travel movies and romance movies. You don't put them together.
Why?
Because it doesn't work.
Why?
I can only be here for 5 minutes at a time.
It's not like that.
I love you.
Are you thinking of the Time Traveler's Wife? Because
No,
that's
I'm talking about...
That's the one where the guy...
That has Eric Bana in it.
That's the one where the guy has no control over his time travel. This one is literally just a cute romance movie that's funny that just happens to have time travel in it. It's not even that big of a deal.
For the time traveling.
It makes the plot interesting.
How?
How does it not?
There's a reason you have time travel movies and romance movies. You don't put them together.
Yeah, one of those reasons.
Hold on. But you put together horror movies and comedies?
That makes sense.
How?
Because they're opposites.
So's a romance and time travel movie.
Romance and time travel are opposites?
How are they similar?
I don't know. I think a romance and like a some butcher movie would.
I don't know. On the wheel of movies,
Romance
horror
and
and comedy, you don't put romance and time travel next to each other. You don't do that.
They're not even close on the same.
Exactly, they're opposites.
No, they're
Ergo,
not.
they make a good movie.
No.
By your
it
logic.
doesn't.
By your logic.
No, it doesn't.
See, Nick. The problem is you're not giving a single statement as to why it's a bad movie. You're just saying you can't do it.
Okay, what relevance does the time traveling have with the romance? And what does the romance have with the relevance of the time traveling?
Well, for one thing, if he didn't have the time travel, he never would have actually met the woman he fell in love with.
Okay, and?
So that seems a pretty significant point right there.
Yeah.
So, he uses time travel to go back in time.
And if you watch the movie, the main character, the whole movie, he's using time travel until he... And, you know, it's funny. The movie's not even about, like, the romance. Like, yeah, that's a part of it, but it's also about a guy who's a time traveler who's just going through life. And, yeah, part of it is finding love, but it's not... Like, the movie doesn't end with them getting married. They get married early on, they have kids, they have a life, and it's just about... You know, this guy's life, but like...
You explain the plot of Doctor Who. I just want you to I just want you to know that.
I don't think the Doctor ever had kids.
Yes, he did.
He did?
He has grandchildren.
Does he?
Anyway, but the relevance of the romance playing to the time travel is he uses the time travel a lot in the movie to kind of correct little stupid things in his life up until he, you know, gets married and has kids. And then they actually establish rules for the time travel as to why he can't time travel that much anymore. Especially when it comes to having his children, and he uses it less and less and finds more and more joy in just living his life naturally.
So after he finds
the romance, yes, they do blend into each other.
So after he finds the romance, he still continues to time travel.
Yeah.
He doesn't take her with him.
No, he never tells her he can time travel. That's also makes it interesting.
So he doesn't have a TARDIS or anything like that?
There's no stupid fucking dumb scene where he has to pull her aside and be like, I travel in time, and she's like, what? Like, they don't have to go to that stupid level.
Sorry, can you do that
no.
one more time?
No. But they never have that, they never have that moment where it's like, oh, we have to have the girl find out about time travel so she can be in on the wacky antics. It's not like that. It's a smarter movie. It doesn't need to have that play into it.
So she never finds out he's a time traveler?
No.
Never. Not once?
No.
Why?
Because why does she need to?
You said that the time traveling has a huge relevance.
Yeah, but the movie is told from his perspective. It intersects through his perspective. It doesn't have to go through every character.
So she's never wondering where he goes and disappears to. Where'd he go? Oh, we went to Canada. He's like a businessman.
Okay,
he's a lawyer.
It's not time traveling like he just disappears. It's like he time travels and time shifts backwards with him. It goes with his perspective.
How is he time traveling?
You have not seen this movie.
Hold on. So what you're saying is he exists in all points of time normally. But when he time travels, he just inhabits himself of that time. I
think so. But just to clarify, just in case I don't want to say yes and it be wrong, it's not like if he's going to time travel. It's not like he just vanishes from the present. It's more he goes to time travel. Like let's say he's going back a year, and the story shifts back to that year where he time travels to.
Okay, so it's not like his 25-year-old self is interacting with his 6-year-old self.
Correct.
He goes back in time and is his 6-year-old self. Okay, with the knowledge he has in the future.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm guessing that Bill Nighy is his older self. So
No, it's his dad.
Oh, it's his dad. Okay. So, wait, he's his dad? Travel in time too?
Yes, that's the whole cool thing. Is like the movie starts and it's just like it starts at a party.
So they can actually just travel back through time.
Well, again, there are rules. I'm not against the whole rules.
There's no machine they use.
No.
They just somehow...
They have to go into a dark place. They have to close their eyes, think about where they're going. They can only go to places in their life that they have been. It can only be in the past. There are actual rules they establish. It's not like...
How do they return back to their own time?
That I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. If you can only go back to the past,
I'm just saying, like,
how do you revert back to the
How are you
present?
sure? How are you sure that they're not like just schizophrenic?
Well...
You gotta go to a dark place. Close their eyes. It's not like was that in Insidious? I'm gonna go where Daddy is. That is alcoholics. Chugging back a bottle of bourbon. It's like I'm going back in time.
I'm just getting a lot of enjoyment out of this one.
Just take a hit of acid, go for a ride.
Anyway.
I'm my 6-year-old self.
Nick clearly has not even seen the movie, so take that.
Okay.
Holy fuck! Oh my god!
If you, I think you tried. If you, to tear that one apart, and I think you defended it actually pretty well.
Yeah, you defended it pretty well, but it's too fucking...
Anyway, Nick, what's your number 2?
Nick, what's your number 2? Oh no, wait, are we back to number 1?
No.
Yes,
You guys went over.
yeah.
We might as well escape this because I said Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit movies. But I'm going to say Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, just because it was perfect.
Why do you have to pick that one? I can't tear that one apart.
Fine. Lord of the Rings, the Two
Return of the King.
Towers. Return of the King, fine. Return of the King.
That's also a great one.
They're all good.
Fellowship of the Ring?
All the Lord of the Rings movies are fine. It's the dumb fucking Hobbit movies
But there and back again.
I don't remember that much.
It's a Hobbit's Tale, actually. That's what
It's an unexpected journey.
that's the one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly though, like, I don't know, man. Those movies are just so long. I only watched each of them once because they were just not that great.
I bought them all in their extended editions.
I want to borrow them all. Watch them.
You could tell, especially like in the Lord of the Rings movie, you could see why. Here's the thing, though: the first movie I watched, because I watched them all back to back. I watched the original cut, and then I watched the uncut. So I watched the first Lord of the Rings movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched the extended, and I can see why there was shit cut out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of shit was boring and wasn't necessary. Now the second one, back to back, there was nothing in it in the extended cut that necessarily needed to be cut.
You know, the funniest thing about that is when I first watched the Lord of the Rings movies, I did not know, because I was younger, I did not know I actually had the extended edition on VHS.
Yeah.
So when I went back later and watched the Two Towers, I'm like,
That was a big
why does this
VHS.
fucking feel different?
Yeah.
It was two tapes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like I'm sitting there, I'm like, why does this fucking feel different? Like, what is wrong? Like,
Yeah, but then the Return of the King once again goes back to I can see why some things were cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the Hobbit, the only reason I see they cut stuff out, because it was too long. Everything that was in it was alright. We need to trim this just because it is too long.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they cut out. There was a few things that actually did have plot relevance that really didn't make sense that they cut out. Going from the first one all the way to the last one, it was oddly weird how much stuff cut out that honestly you could look at it and be like, wait, I wouldn't have known that unless I watched the extended. Okay, it's like in the third one when you in the third Lord of the Rings extended, like when the mouth of Sauron shows up.
Yes.
Why is it not important? Shouldn't that be in it? That honestly seems like it'd be something that it would be like important.
I feel like it should have been
to the plot. But at least for the Hobbit movies, like the extended cut, they only cut stuff just because they need to make it shorter.
Yeah.
It's not like, it doesn't really look like they looked at anything in particular and was like, okay, we need to cut that because this really doesn't matter. It really seemed like they cut stuff because they needed to shorten it down.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in Desolation of Smaug in the extended, 100% spot on, made it everything even better. Even the things with like Beorn, like where they like explain a couple more things with him, like, okay, we're learning more about these characters. Like, if you've already seen the uncut, like, okay, fine, you know, for any common like casual person. That's all I really need to know. Like, you get the gist of it. But you look at the extended, it's like there's so much added lore that you wouldn't get. Like, there's so much plot relevance to some characters that you would get while watching the original cut. So it's actually kind of fucking weird that, like, for Lord of the Rings, they cut out stuff because it didn't need to be in there. In the Hobbit movies, they cut it out because they need to shorten it. So it was kind of sad.
Maybe they could have made a fourth movie.
What about Game of Thrones? Sorry, I zoned out about Game of Thrones.
What?
Sorry, I heard you talking about like fucking mythological lore. I just pictured Game of Thrones.
We were talking about Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks for zoning out.
I mean, I had nothing to say about your movie, so.
I didn't imagine. So, Mike, what's your number 2?
No, it's number 1.
Number 1. All right, number 1.
Now. Well, number 1 is the best Disney movie. Let's be honest with ourselves.
No,
Aladdin.
No,
it is.
How many Aladdin fans are there? Oh, no. How many Alice in Wonderland? Oh, I see dozens.
What are you talking about? Jasmine is one of the Disney princesses.
And?
One of the faces of Disney.
And
so was a chronic sleeper, one that...
You know who's not on there? Alice.
She's not a princess. She doesn't need to be.
No. You're wrong.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. So
honestly,
Alice, who actually is shown from her perspective as being the main character of her own movie, where you see her journey and her intrigue and intelligence.
You mean her acid trip?
And Jasmine, hey, I'm a princess. Okay.
I will admit, what is really complex about Jasmine's character other than the fact that she's a princess?
She doesn't like the royals. She wants to live outside of the walls.
Isn't that also can be said for Mulan, Pocahontas?
Mulan's not actually actually Mulan is one of the only princesses that is not.
I'm just saying that's a
royal.
Even like Elsa, that's another Disney princess that doesn't want to.
Cinderella too.
No, I'm just saying like princesses who don't want to be royal. That's not really interesting. It's been done a lot with Disney.
Well, Cinderella wasn't a princess. She just married into them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like there's not much to the character of Jasmine.
The thing is, Cinderella was common and then married. This thing, you say a lot of people do that, but the thing is, though, as far as the Disney movies are concerned, Jasmine was one of the first. But
again, it goes back to what I was saying about the character from Django. I mean, it's also the fact that it's not Jasmine's story. It's whatever the fuck the main guy was.
Aladdin?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know who's the main guy of Aladdin. Craig.
That's been a while since I've seen that movie. But like,
there's one good thing in that movie, and that's Robin Williams.
With Jasmine, like,
Jafar is one of the best villains.
Jasmine is just
all of Disney.
Jasmine is just.
He's the only person he's one of the only villains who actually succeeded in doing what he wanted to do. He took over Agrabah.
Why did he need to?
What did your villain want to do?
Cut off her
head. Heads?
Yeah, and she did many times. So you talk about Succession. She succeeded every time she wanted to, except once with Alice. Every other time she, off with her head, off with his head, off with his head. They did it.
No.
Yeah.
Jafar is an infinitely better villain than
why
the Red Queen. I mean, why? He's actually intimidating for one.
How is he intimidating?
She's just somebody who sits on a chair and screams off with their head.
He was so stupid. I wish myself into a genie. Okay, you gotta go in this lamp now. Sucks for you. Hey, my parrot just betrayed me.
That happened in the second movie.
Either way.
No, Aladdin is the best Disney movie. I don't care.
That's wrong. But
okay. It really is.
No.
I'm not even saying Alice in Wonderland is, but Aladdin is definitely not not even the top 5.
It is.
It's not.
It really isn't.
It is.
On the pantheon of Disney movies, no.
Yes.
No, it really isn't.
Yes.
No.
No. Yes.
Yes.
2 people are arguing against that fact.
Well,
I could probably get 3 more people to argue with me too,
and I could probably get 100 more to say.
It's
Alice.
Just because you outnumber me here doesn't mean
Cinderella.
I'm not any more right.
Yeah, that's why Disney has such a huge Aladdin themed. Oh wait, they don't. They have one ride.
Versus how many Alice in the Wonderland rides?
It has one, but still. In fact, wait, it has its own the tea party, the Mad Tea Party has its own part in Disney World.
You mean the teacups?
No, There actually is a section of Disney World that is dedicated to the Mad Tea Party.
I don't remember this at all. Which park is it in?
Disney World.
Disney World is made up of 6 different parks.
Yes, in I want to say
which park?
I want to say Magic Kingdom. It's there's a whole section just dedicated to the Mad Tea Party, and they have the teacup ride.
Well, the teacup ride is not the only ride that is like that in the history of every.
No, but the whole point is.
I think you two are debating now this point of rides and not movies.
Okay, well, I like Alice in Wonderland.
Well,
see, here's the thing.
Well,
I am man enough to admit I don't think Alice in Wonderland is the greatest Disney movie ever. He's the one saying like, no, Aladdin is the greatest Disney movie.
It is for him.
It is.
It's for you, but not in the pantheon of Disney movies. I don't even put Alice in Wonderland in the top 5.
Okay, then why? No. According to that logic, that means you would have a favorite above them.
No, I'm just saying it's a collective thing. If everybody voted on their favorite Disney movie, I'm pretty sure.
I don't care about other people's opinions.
Then how are you gonna put the collective nature and say, oh no, it's Aladdin is top?
I said that's what I say.
Well, yeah, for you.
And that's all that matters to me. I've already said that twice.
I'm talking about the pantheon of all the Disney properties.
I don't care about the rest of people. My opinion matters.
Oh, you ignorant bastard.
Fuck the rest of them. Fuck the rest of them.
That was the whole point of the... Oh my god.
Fuck the rest of them.
Craig,
Yeah.
what's your number 1 before I have my brain just explodes? So, moving on. Craig, what's your number 1?
My number 1
Puts on the shades like he's cool.
is a tie.
A tie.
Cheater.
Okay.
Because I like so many movies, I couldn't pick just one. My tie is between Jurassic Park and Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope.
This really was more difficult than I thought it would be.
I have nothing. Jurassic Park is amazing.
I can say that
Hope's amazing.
I honestly think that because of the hype of Star Wars, they're a little overhyped. They're a little overrated now than they probably should be.
I disagree. A New Hope is the perfect
I do love Star Wars. I do love Star Wars. But it seems like people are like putting Star Wars up on this like pedestal that it's like, oh, there's like everything else and then there's Star Wars.
It's a well-earned pedestal, though.
Is it though?
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Is it though?
3 amazing movies, yeah.
Imagine they didn't do episode 7.
Okay. Still 3 amazing movies.
Still amazing.
Yes, but how?
Except it would be less relevant now.
Exactly, that's what I
Except
mean.
in that case, it will still be one of the best classics ever.
Yes, but now because of the fact of like the success of 7 and Rogue One, it really seems like Star Wars has been put on this pedestal. It's like, oh, there's everything else, and then there's Star Wars. It seems a little like they're trying to make Star Wars out to be more than what it is. I mean, it's a great movie, it's a great franchise, but like the fact that like they overhype it and like they put Star Wars too high on this grading scale.
I disagree with that.
I have to disagree too. Star Wars it deserves and has earned every single bit of recognition it got.
What would be above it, out of curiosity?
I'm not. No, you're
Are you a Trekkie?
no. God no. No, you're taking what I'm saying and like making it out to be this negative. What I'm saying is it seems like people. There are people out there who probably have never seen Star Wars that say, "Oh, Star Wars is a great movie," even though they've never seen Star Wars, because it's everyone else says. How many people actually have seen Star Wars and by their own unbiased opinion is, I think Star Wars is a great fucking movie. It's amazing.
A lot of people.
I would be willing to bet a majority of people.
Yes, but there's also people now that simply say Star Wars is amazing just because that's what everybody else says.
Well, that's everything.
Unless you can give me an example, I still have to disagree.
There are people like that with fucking Game of Thrones too.
Well, yeah, there's probably people out there that
bandwagoners.
Some individual who will not be named that has never seen a Star Wars movie yet wears Star Wars stuff.
Wrong. She has seen Star Wars movies because I've watched.
I'm not talking about a particular individual. God damn it! But you say like. No, but like there are people out there that they will go and buy a piece of clothing, or they'll whose opinion is, since they don't know what it is that this is. So in this case, Star Wars. Their opinion is based on what they've heard.
it doesn't make Star Wars any less than what it is.
No, but what I'm saying is that means there is a percentage of the Star Wars population who say this movie is amazing and puts it this pedestal. The N itself shouldn't have a vote if they never actually have seen it and say, "Oh, this is amazing because I'm told it is amazing."
I'm still confused about your argument because it still deserves the pedestal. I'm still confused as to what we're arguing about.
I'm saying is Star Wars gets overhyped. It's over. It can be over. Exaggerated on its fandom.
I don't think so. Again, I think it is every deserving of the hype it gets.
It has too much.
I have to disagree.
No, honestly, we're living in an age where it's everything else and then Star Wars.
It's everything else and Marvel. It's everything else and this.
Not right now. Everything is Star Wars right now. It's insane.
No.
Oh yes. It is everywhere. It seems like everybody who's like, even people who've never seen Star Wars are like, no, I've never seen it, but I know about it, and so therefore it's amazing. It went from being this, small collection of fans, like such a thing with Marvel.
The Star Wars movies have never been involved in a small collection of fans.
Yes, they have.
The first movie just destroyed.
No, it really didn't. It came out of nowhere in its time. Sorry about that, guys. We had some technical difficulties with, Hurricane Bob.
What is the hurricane that just hit Texas?
Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, there's a bunch of different relief things going on that you can donate money to and stuff like that. Seriously, they need. I saw pictures of what happened in Texas, and I think it was more Houston that really got hit. But holy shit, they got bombed.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when man looks at Mother Nature and it tells it to his boss again.
See, has anything like that ever happened in New York?
No.
We're in such this particular area. It's we're far where we are. We're far enough from the ocean, so even if a tsunami hit, we wouldn't be immediately targeted by that. But we are so high in past the equator that that kind of stuff this doesn't hit us. We'll get tornadoes and stuff like that, or hurricane. No, tornadoes.
We normally get the tail end of some hurricanes, but that's after they've lost a lot of speed and a lot of power.
I know, usually it doesn't really affect us too, though.
I mean, they're normally well under tropical storms by the time they reach us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you go through thousands of no, I wouldn't say this
thousands of miles. Easily.
Yeah, at least thousands of miles.
Yeah.
From point A to point B. We're in that.
Anyway, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Yes, Jurassic Park.
Great movie. We've been talking about my movies for far too long. Nick, you're number one.
Really?
I mean, I'm a little burnt out after hearing you two debate the logistics of Star Wars for 25 minutes.
I don't think it was 25
It was my fucking patience begs to disagree. It was like watching mommy and daddy fight over who gets to eat the last piece of
We were going to walk over that, but yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
We do this thing where we both get super fucking heated in an argument, and
people like that though. There are strong-willed people that, for some reason, they here's the thing: they block out everything else and they focus on one singular thing. They won't think of okay, no, calm down, just stop talking about that. It's going to cause an issue. No, just you focus on it. Now, Mike, he somehow gets to a point where it's no, he knows to shut.
When I get pushed, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but, you focus on a point. Okay, yeah. Anyway,
you're number one.
People,
for God's sake,
Tron. Tron, my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Tron, the cinematic laser show.
Can you explain the plot of Tron?
Can I explain the plots?
Explain what happens.
I can give a very brief.
Well, you played Kingdom Hearts, so that
plot
can give
means
you
what
sort of a idle description.
I do know the basic idea of it is these human people who have built there's this entirely virtual world, and the users enter. I don't remember what it's called.
He's getting parts right.
The mainframe? I don't fucking know.
That's actually pretty close.
The network? Is it?
It's called the Grid.
The Grid.
That was pretty close.
But
that was pretty close.
Like I said, all I know is what I know from playing Kingdom Hearts games, and the users who show up. I know they play these weird cyber sports. They have the laser cycles or the light cycles.
Yeah.
There's the solar sailors and shit like that, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it's the MCP, the Master Control Program.
Yes!
Is the villain, and it's trying to rewrite the world to remove users, or isn't he trying to get to the real world or something?
Well, that's in Kingdom Hearts. But in the movie, he was trying to absorb other programs, and so Tron was a defensive program, and it just went. I'm not. Shut off.
Craig's marking the timestamp down.
You
pull up a book.
You went a tangent about the fucking romance and space time travel.
To be fair, you pushed him there.
How stupid it sounded.
25 fucking minutes later, and the Lord of Light cycle started when James Lights built the cycle. Well, here we go.
James Earl Jones created the light cycle. Anyway, so with the MCP, wants to absorb all these different programs, and Edward Dillinger, who was you see him as Sark in the computer. He has like this clone called Sark.
Yeah.
But in the real world, he stole these game ideas and whatnot from Kevin Flynn, Jeff Bridges. So Jeff Bridges breaks into there, and the MCP, to stop him from getting information, puts him in the grid. And that's where he meets Tron. Was that quick enough for you?
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, Tron is good. It's aged like a gallon of milk.
Shut up. You know, oh, come on.
I'm sorry, that movie is so...
Don't
that one, I took that one to the heart.
He did. You can see his little heartbreak.
I'm not angry. I'm just heartburbroken. Like, it aged like
he's gonna cry himself.
I'm going to cry.
It looks like a high school play with a light show going.
So does Jurassic Park.
Bullshit.
Those dinosaurs don't even have buttholes.
Bullshit. Did you see that pile of shit that fucking Dr. Sattler went through?
Yeah, but I saw that thing's ass and it did not have a butthole. Anatomy be damned.
The anatomy and physics of
Tron. In Star Wars, in Episode 7, that big ass hippo thing had a butthole.
So,
just saying.
A cycle produces light as a physical form of light, which is not possible. But because a dinosaur doesn't have a physical butthole.
Where does the poop come out of? Where did that big pile of shit come out of?
I mean, actually using lights to create things is theoretically possible.
It's energy.
It is theoretically possible.
I'm saying it's a good movie. It just
resurrecting dinosaurs is also theoretically possible.
No, it isn't. They just disputed that.
It just
DNA DNA only holds its structure for 500 years.
Oh, okay.
It just looks like a bad high school play. I'm saying it's a good movie.
Tron?
Yes.
Bad high school play. I would pay $1 billion to see a high school play that good. Maybe not that much, but.
Especially compared to the second one.
You don't like the second one?
No, the second one looks great. I mean, I'm sure.
Well, the second one has a more modern.
Yeah, Tron looks like it was done with like fucking 2 nickels and a ham sandwich. That was their.
That was a
huge. And then they ate the ham sandwich.
It was a huge budget for back in the 1982.
Back in the day when like 10% of the population probably thought that movie stole your soul. They fucking
the 80s.
Yeah, dude. Back in the day, I mean, literally the very
someone who likes a heist movie from the 70s.
The first, God forbid you watch a movie from before 1980.
I'm gonna break into this. I'm gonna steal money from this mob doctor.
I don't even think I've seen a movie from before
I need
the
to
90s.
Find the log combination with
you realize the very first movie ever was literally 20 minutes of just people watching coal miners leave for work. Okay. So.
And then we got to Tron.
So back in the 80s, I'm sure they're like, oh, we could ignore all the piss poor costumes and all that because it's, I'm not home with my wife and my kids and I'm not depressed and I paid $0.05 for this.
Where were you going in the 80s? You were paying $0.05 to see a movie.
They were pretty cheap back then.
You're not $0.05. You have to go back to 20s.
Maybe like $1 or $2. They weren't that expensive back then.
The movie
back to
pictures.
the good old Steamboat Willie days.
The moving pictures. Where they would act, you could go to a movie theater to watch TV.
Right?
Because,
they fucking synchronize the sound with an orchestra. It's a live orchestra and people speaking while the characters
To be fair, if Star Wars had the entire symphony right there in front of you as you're watching the movie,
I would go apeshit.
Dude, I pay $50 to see that.
I go ham on that.
Oh fuck yeah. Tron, not so much, just because it would be just like. Whoa!
Okay, wait a minute. Stop the record. Stop. Because I just looked up because I had a feeling. Tron looks like shit, especially when you compare it to the fact that Blade Runner came out the exact same year and looked infinitely better.
But this was in a computer.
Oh.
Do you know what the inside of a computer looks like?
Not like
Actually,
that.
yes. I've taken a computer apart.
Yes, but inside the circuits, like if you were in, like you were downloaded into the computer, what would it look like?
I'm sorry, I don't want to play Toy Story with microchips. I don't care what the microchip does when I'm away.
Oh, you dick.
I'm just saying, Blade Runner came out that same year and had like groundbreaking effects, and like they're running around in like
look
latex
up the budget
costumes.
for Blade Runner.
They're just wearing latex with LEDs in it.
That,
Is
yeah.
that what this fucking is?
Yeah.
Actually, those were actually in the suit. They sent the film cells to Korea, and then they did that post. They're actually wearing hockey outfits. And frisbees as the Anthony discs.
Yeah.
I love the movie though. Yes, there's a lot of shit in it that really makes no fucking sense, and it's pretty stupid, but it's still.
It's a dude. It's like you're looking through the eyes of a dude on an acid trip who's watching a light show with an orchestra and just like, dude.
How'd you know? That's what happened to me the first time I watched it. I was just like, dude. It can cause multiple seizures.
Oh, okay. So Blade Runner had a budget of $25 million. Tron had a budget of $20 million. They weren't that far
$5 million,
apart.
man.
Nope.
That $5 million.
Nope.
It really did.
They were not that far apart.
That $5 million.
That $5 million cost them everything.
Hey, man, that $5 million got them what the fuck's his name?
Harrison Ford.
Ford.
They had Jeff Bridges. He was a pretty big name back then.
In 1982.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski doesn't come out for another, 10 years.
More than that. I don't know what you're smoking, but still.
No, he was not a big name.
I think Tron is a cute movie. It's one of those movies that, you'll watch once, you pat in the head, you give it a cookie, and you fucking kill it.
Oh!
You break its neck,
son of a bitch!
and you bury the body.
Jurassic Park is the movie you show to your grandmother when she wants to relive her youth.
You can't even hate on Jurassic Park.
Yes, I can.
No, he's trying.
There's no
He's trying so hard.
He's trying so hard.
He's trying so hard.
No buttholes.
At least nobody's in hockey uniforms with LEDs in them. Come on.
There weren't LEDs. That was post. That was post production. That was post production. But
It's just a giant laser show.
But I love it. There's great character development. The characters interacting. They have so much that adds to the movie. Like them. Kevin Flynn goes from this selfish individual to becoming this great, respected individual that leads into Tron Legacy and shows you the greatest company that ever existed started because this crazy motherfucker went into the computer, had a bad acid trip, and then played some video games. It's fucking crazy, and I love it. It's my favorite movie of all time.
You can get all that through the distraction of the shiny lights.
Yes.
Jeff Bridges produced too much of a bulge in the crotch area in his computer outfits.
That's what brought the women there.
He was forced to wear a dance belt to conceal it. I'm reading the trivia for Tron online.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
All I'm saying, look, it's a good movie. All I'm saying is that, it's a one and done. You watch it once and you're like,
oh,
hey.
get the fuck out. And Jurassic Park isn't?
Dude, those effects still hold up
I could sit there and watch Jurassic Park any day of the week.
Oh, clever girl.
Yeah, that effect.
Just watch 1 through 4
But you never
over.
sat down and actually watched.
But I tried.
You tried
I tried
the first one, but you never tried the second one.
I turned on the first one, and the special effects made my eyes bleed.
We could have watched the second one.
Why would I watch the second one? If I don't watch the first one?
The second
Because
one was
many people haven't seen the first one and still seen the second one.
Not enough.
My eyes started bleeding.
But that's what you love the most. You wanted to make your eyes bleed. It's so pretty, my eyes. It's the Ark of the Covenant.
If I wanted to go on an acid trip, I would watch Doctor Strange in 3D again.
This is pretty funny. The film was disqualified from receiving an Academy Award nomination for special effects because the Academy felt at the time that using computers was cheating.
What?
Yeah.
Special effects using computers was cheating.
Back in 1982, I suppose.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, Jesus. Now that's all they do.
How many dinosaurs in Jurassic World weren't CG?
Jurassic World?
Yeah.
They were probably most CG.
In Jurassic Park, other than like a couple of the idle dinosaurs, how many were CG?
In the first Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Most of them were actually
Most
built.
of them were animatronic, yeah.
Most of them were actually built.
A good majority of them were
But usually they were when they were stymied, when they weren't moving too much. For the close-up shots, yes. I can imagine so.
It was mostly practical effects mixed with a little bit of CGI. Like the scene when the T-Rex is chasing Dr. Sattler and...
I was going to say, they didn't really build a T-Rex.
Yes, they did.
That would have been
Yes,
metal
they
as
did.
fuck.
Yeah,
so
there's
they
actually
built a full scale, and then it chased them.
That's a Universal, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
A mechanical T-Rex chased them.
Well, it didn't look as good, and I'm sure in real life it was probably like... But like, with
Probably
CGI,
got like 12
You look
puppeteers
like
on
an
it.
anthropomorphic bowl of noodles.
You stole that from...
Van Oswald, but it really works. Friendship! Oh, come on.
Sorry, and Nick's just really hurt.
Jurassic Park can have its vices.
But it doesn't.
It does. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, the two most perfect movies in the world, Aladdin and Jurassic Park. Oh, yeah. But Tron gets the shit.
I thought this was our favorite, not our guilty pleasure movies.
It's my favorite, you asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I'm
I
sorry.
don't get it. I just say that it looks like we could make it.
It looks like
You can make it?
It looks like we could do it. Let's get a green screen and some hockey pads.
green screen hockey pads and a bunch of LED, those freaking LED bracelets. You put them together, you snap them so they
And some frisbees.
You know what?
They fight with frisbees. Let's
They do.
say fight
Identity
with
discs.
frisbees.
You see why the second
Identity
one has...
discs.
At least Captain America's frisbee is made out of adamantium.
Vibranium disc. I guarantee you. No, I guarantee you on the
This is
first.
1982.
I guarantee
Look at the one they made in 2010.
I will bet you anything
They
in my
couldn't make a
life.
sword out of lasers? Come on!
I bet you anything I own. And when they were filming that first movie, Jeff Bridges says, "So this is a frisbee, right?" And the guy's like, "It's an identity disc." He just made that up on the spot.
It's an identity disc.
It's a frisbee.
So I'm even saying to him, here is your identity disc. If you lose it, you will be subjected to immediate de-resolution.
Okay. So not only are they fighting with and throwing these frisbees are their key to living?
Yes!
That'd be like if they're like, "Hey, take your social security card out and fight with it."
It holds their information.
That's the dumbest thing.
I'm gonna take my DNA
and
fight you with it.
Also, what in both Tron movies, like
He's trying so hard to defend it, dude.
in both Tron movies,
I am.
the Tron movies are good, but like you never find anything about the actual like world of the grid. It's always like secluded to this small area. Like, what goes on in the life in the grid? Like, what's
You
a day?
see some of them in the second one. You see
Barely.
people drink. They
you
go
see,
to clubs.
you
They
see a sports arena and a club, but you rarely
It
see
focuses
like
on Sam and Kevin Flynn.
it should focus on like the grid itself because it's more interesting than stupid Sam and Kevin Flynn.
The whole basis is Kevin Flynn created the new grid. He created that grid. The isomorphic algorithms, the ISOs were created through natural occurrences. The environment was right and they came into living. A computer birthed life. Dude, this should be blowing your fucking mind.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Yes, but
Kill it with fire.
That's the second movie. We're on the first movie, which again looks like we made it.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows here. How many movies have you directed, Craig?
Quite a few.
Successful ones.
A couple of them actually could match Tron in terms of effects.
Hey, listen, take those movies, go back to 1982, you'll make it big.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that kind of like CGI
Also, you know what's a really great villain? A computer program. It's a great villain.
Control,
If you're in a
Alt,
computer,
delete.
If you're outside of it, yes, but not when you're inside of it. You're inside the computer. How are you supposed to control alt delete when you're inside the computer?
Whoops! Oh no, I unplugged it.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the ATM in the Tron world.
Oh, I hate you.
I'm gonna go to the ATM in the Tron world.
He's makeshift throwing the disc, by the way.
Hence why they updated things in the second movie, obviously. And then they kept the
Hey,
frisbees.
Mrs. Johnson, here's your book.
It's not like they kept the frisbees.
It's not even like...
How would you apply for a job? Would you just throw your fucking disc at someone? Like, here's my resume.
Why the fuck would they have jobs in the computer?
It's a full city. There's got to be an economy.
I'm pretty sure that's all programs that do that shit.
They have to do something like besides just exist. Oh, I'm sorry. They drive scooters and throw frisbees.
Light cycles and identity discs.
They are
motherfucker.
Frisbees. They are fucking frisbees.
Funny. They sound even stupider when you call them identity discs.
That's what they are. You asshole. It's what they are. Their identity. They hold their information.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my DNA.
If you lose it, you're derezzed.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't throw it at people.
They use it for self-defense. Like, you don't have to throw
That's a great
it.
design elements.
Disc Wars! Disc Wars! We're coked out of our minds and we're watching lights!
Here's
is
my
amazing.
social security card. Block it with yours.
You're taking this way too literal.
It's perfect.
If they cut your life insurance, you're not dead. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna fight your DNA with my own.
No, but a guy who rubs a lamp and a genie pops out, you got a friend in me, Aladdin.
Hey. He looked hell of a lot better than everything in that movie did.
No, he didn't. It was a cartoon. Oh, hey, I'm sad with my life. I want to wish to get the bitches, make me rich, and bitches. What the fuck else?
Sorry, I keep Googling.
Fun facts of
No, I'm
Tron.
Googling why Tron sucks, and every article is why Tron Legacy sucks.
Oh,
Yeah, but nobody says shit about the original because it's a masterpiece.
They feel sorry for it.
give it time. Google why the original Tron sucks.
Hold on, now, I'm gonna Google why Jurassic Park sucks.
Oh, please, this should be good. Do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now. Why Jurassic Park is bad. First thing on the thing here. Yes, Jurassic Park's bad. Dinosaur science still matters. 10 things that still bother me about Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park 2. That's Jurassic Park 2. Why was The Lost World Jurassic Park really that bad? Everything wrong with The Lost World. 10 biggest scientific errors in Jurassic Park. Yeah, so apparently there's many reasons why Jurassic Park is bad. The science is not correct.
That's true, but the science in the grid in Tron, I think, is also not correct.
Agreed.
But they disproved dinosaurs being brought back through DNA.
I think they could easily disprove the grid.
How?
Easily. Let's call some science.
Well, first
Get on
they
the
have
phone.
to import themselves into a computer, which science has not been able to do yet. So we'll probably be dead by the time they can do that. But
have you seen
as
the
it
actual
seems,
light cycles from Tron? Like what they look like?
I have seen them, yes.
That's the saddest.
Wait, from the original one?
Yeah.
No, oh my god, they look like they're made with a toilet paper roll and some spare sheets.
shut up! Did you see the one from the second movie?
They look a lot better.
It did look a lot better, I'll give you that.
I hate you both.
I love how this backfired. This was supposed to be, we're gonna tear each other's movies apart, and this just
And we just
outright
tore next
backfired
movie.
on it.
And we just tore next movie apart. That's
I'm more upset. I'm more sad than I am. You guys are just like, you just don't understand how much a great movie Tron is. It's just, it's
okay.
sad.
That's Nick's go-to. You don't understand it.
You don't understand.
You don't understand. When you throw your social security card, you're throwing your honor.
Okay, so
The other-
I brought this article. 10 things that still bother me about Jurassic Park. Why is everyone so excited about those electric cars?
To be fair, back in the day,
That is pretty impressive. Why is the Jurassic Park logo a dinosaur skeleton?
why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, what else?
I mean, really, this park has
Did
one
you want a
thing
cartoon
going
dinosaur
for it,
being like-
and that's having real life dinosaurs. There are plenty of natural history museums displaying dinosaur bones and recreations, but you have actual dinosaurs walking around. Why not put that in your logo? Advertising people, don't be afraid to show the goods. Wow. Okay.
Nick, I think you're reading a troll article, and I think
What kind of parents send their kids to an untested dinosaur island?
I mean, it was with their grandfather,
yeah.
who's rich.
And
they might not even
literally owns the thing.
They might have not even known it was for dinosaurs because remember, no one else knew when they got there.
Lex sure takes her sweet time with that flashlight.
What are you talking about?
But she's playing the flashlight.
At the T-Rex?
Yeah, it takes them a couple minutes.
Yes, because God forbid children know
we're terrified.
How come the Velociraptors couldn't find the kids in the kitchen?
they were hiding. What are you talking about?
They have amazing sense of smell. Yeah, they couldn't find them in this close environment.
And in his defense, they did kind of bang around a lot.
Fair enough, I'll give you that one. Point for Nick. Meanwhile, 6 points.
Who is Hammond's instruction video meant for?
Taurus.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm
The 20 people that can sit in that auditorium.
I'm gonna read this off because I don't know this one. When Hammond plays shows his guests around the park, one of the stops is an instructional video explaining how the dinosaurs were created. In the start of the video, on-screen Hammond has a quick chat with real-life Hammond in a cheesy 80s video trick. But who is this video made for? If it's just meant for the scientist visits, it sure is a lot of work for one-time video.
No, because he even says that he's working out the bugs because, like, eventually he wants to get it to where a tour guide could stand there and talk with John Hammond and do the back and forth.
For a movie explaining the scientific logic behind reviving dinosaurs, they sure can't spell. Oh, wow. Apparently they spelled a bunch of the dinosaurs' names wrong.
That is true. That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
So that's 2 for Nick out of.
I'm not even giving that to Nick.
Is Ellie seriously happy all this shit happens because Alan wants kids now? What?
Oh,
right at the end, he's hugging the two kids.
God forbid the main character goes through a 3-act change and becomes a better person. No. Let's go throw our security cards, people.
No. It took me being chased by a T-Rex, by Velociraptors, to want kids.
Having these children being hunted.
I mean, hey, after dealing with dinosaurs, kids don't seem that bad.
No, I disagree with that one. I still think kids are pretty bad. Nick, are you okay?
No.
He took this whole Tron thing very, very personal.
10 scientific errors about Jurassic Park that they really need to go discuss. The amber-coated mosquito. The movie. John Hammond shows his visitors a video in which liquid blood is extracted from a Mesozoic mosquito fossilized in amber. Cells like this, we are told, were used to clone all the dinosaurs in the park. No biggie, right? Just get yourself an old preserved bloodsucker and voila, dinosaur pet.
Nick.
Real life. Sadly, sticking the to a 66 million year old dead insect will not give you liquid dinosaur blood. So you're gonna call shit out for Tron, but I'm calling out shit out for Jurassic Park.
We're done.
To be fair, you had your opportunity to tear Jurassic Park.
And I am.
You had your opportunity. And we moved on.
Also, it's kind of sad you have to go to an article to tear it apart. I just went to the article.
We were just making fun of it the whole time.
I just went through the article to troll you. I already had my
I have stated that there are many things wrong with Jurassic Park.
No, you haven't.
Yes, there's the science is wrong.
That's one.
Dinosaurs have buttholes.
That's not one. No, it's not.
Okay,
no. Okay.
They show you a huge
hold on. If you are complaining about one small oversight in their special effects,
that's so small.
Yet you like Tron?
They show a huge pile of shit and nowhere for it to come out of.
It's a family movie, you dumbass.
It's a family
It's
movie?
not Ace Ventura. You're not gonna get somebody climbing out of the Triceratops' ass.
That would have been great.
Okay, I think we're done. I think Nick is just really sad this backfired on him.
How is this bad? This was meant to happen. This was supposed to happen.
But it only happened to you.
That's not true. That's not true. I got torn into pretty good.
I tore into your fucking romance.
Yeah, but I defended that very well. You are just like...
I'm defending Tron.
We'll see how...
It was 1982.
So
obviously they were testing the limits of special effects.
All right, hold on.
Keep in mind, Blade Runner came out the same year. Very similar budget, and those effects were much better.
All right, hold on.
Throw that out there.
Let's just do this. Leave a comment to see who put up a better argument, Nick or Craig.
No one's gonna comment.
It depends. I mean, I never got a chance to defend myself. You guys kept going back and forth.
Okay, well, let's give... Hold on, what time is it? God, Jesus. Okay, Nick, take 3 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna make sure.
All right, yes.
And just... We'll shut up and just talk. Which is a dangerous thing to
don't do that.
And defend the movie?
Yes, defend your movie.
Okay.
We'll be quiet.
It's 1982. One, we don't know what the inside of a computer is. Not like that. We know, circuit boards, stuff like that. But we don't know the physical, what would look like if we got sucked into a computer. So yes, they had to speculate. So they created certain things. Yes, lights and stuff like that. Because what is a computer? It's a bunch of flashing lights and shit.
I mean...
No, let him talk.
Kind of wrong, but...
Let him talk.
But no, like in Tron Legacy, literally, there's the intro is Kevin saying, what did the inside of a computer look like? Did it look like free rays? Did these certain things look like motorcycles or ships? He created the grid based on these specific things. Now go back to the original one. There's a reason it looks unmade. It's a reason it looks kind of fucked up because it wasn't structured to be anything. It just was a computer. Now, yes, you say the MCP is a bad villain. It's like, oh yeah, control all, but not when anybody doesn't know it's not the villain. It's absorbing different forms of intelligence, so different programs are increasing its intelligence and becoming this great program that can hack into, the Pentagon and things like this. And so you say it's a bad villain, but in itself, it's actually really good. You have this central conflict that this being is taking over our world. You think of it as just, this computer program, but to Tron and the people living in it, it's an actual world. They live there. They interact. Tron falls in love with this fucking chick. They think. They live. Another thing, the interactions between them are very human-like. Interactions between Kevin Flynn and Tron, it is a program and a user. Something that the MCP hates. We don't need users. We don't need them. But the fact that Tron says, I fight for the users. It's not, it's supposed to be this great, hero movie about this underdog who has to fight pretty much the world around him. And he eventually ends up winning because of his friends and things like that. He loses friends. He, gains some. And the fact that, like, in some of the parts of Tron Legacy, Flynn and Tron have become close friends, and Tron sacrifices himself to save his friend. So you look at it and say, yeah, there's this stupid shit about it. It's like, it's a light show, stuff like that. It's more than just that. It's about friendship. It's about this new world, this experience that this person who dreamed about this kind of thing finally goes into it and experiences it for himself. And he develops into this greater individual that leads him to take this company, Encom, that was originally like, we're going to make weapons and stuff like that, and turns it into this great company later on that develops amazing technologies, and that he took what he learned and created a better grid that can be used, is made for users and programs. It's a love story just without romance. It's what it is. It's a friendship bonding movie. So yeah, Jurassic Park, dinosaurs raw running around. Yeah, great. But underlying message of this movie is friendship. You go into this unknown world, you want to survive, but at the same time, you're in this place that you have been dreaming about your whole life, so you're conflicted. I love this place, but I'm also terrified of this place. I need to get home, but I also would love to stay here. It's confliction. And the fact that he meets friends and he has to make sure he goes back to this world. And when he does, he took what he learned from this computer world and then develops it and creates an even better world. Peace. Literally, he says, this is our future, guys. It's going to be awesome. And that's why I love it. It's because it develops this relationship. Yeah, the pretty lights are awesome. But still, it is based on, friendship in, this world that people at that time, if you ask somebody, what does the inside computer look like? They'll give you 1,000,001 answers. So they showed you, this is what we think would the inside of one look like. And look at Tron Legacy. It went from looking like this, unstructured, primitive, to this massive world with these people. Yes.
On that note, can I merely state, you said in the second movie that it was stated that the reason the first one looked the way it did is because it was unbuilt.
It was unstructured to be this way, yes.
I feel like that was the writers and the directors becoming self-aware that it looked like shit and wrote an excuse.
No, the whole point was what is this?
Give me your hand. No, your other hand. Give me your hand.
What are you doing?
Friendship. That's what matters.
Friendship.
Friendship.
Can you at least give me that was a good argument for the movie? Can you please acknowledge that was a good argument? It was a good defense.
Yeah, for us not fighting back, it was a good defense. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I mean, sure. I think that Tron is a nice stage play. And it's...
Oh, so we're talking about how, like Jurassic Park is just raw monsters. Ooh, run away. But I give you reason. There's underlying theme for Tron, and you're like, stage play. It's still shit.
I acknowledge your opinion, and I respect it. I don't agree with it, but I don't have to. As long as I acknowledge and respect it. That's usually what you're asking for, which Mike doesn't do.
Oh, I hate you both.
So...
Mike, did at least to you, did I put up a good defense? Did I create a good view of the movie in a perspective?
It was a very interesting defense. If
after the first 90 seconds, all I started to hear was
white noise.
Oh, I hate you.
No, I was genuinely listening to be fair. I was
trying. And it's not because I don't like Nick or that I hate him. It's just that after a while he starts talking and it's just the words all form into one word and then it just...
Oh, I hate you.
He does this thing where he doesn't breathe. He just kind of...
he just gotta go. Actually, to be fair, I might not have been breathing the whole time.
Right, it's just he just kind of spits. It's like he's vomiting up his words.
I'm absorbing enough oxygen through my skin that allows me to keep going.
There's no periods or commas in Nick's...
Right, it's just one...
It's all one long sentence.
Anyway.
But beginning to end.
But I mean, I've been friends with him long enough to learn how to put it there myself.
Yeah.
There's a period here. There's
those are our favorite movies.
It was interesting.
Even though we did have comments for this movie, obviously we respect the fact that Mike likes Aladdin. It's a great movie. It's classic.
Mike actually had you know what? Mike had a pretty solid list.
He did.
I'm genuinely shocked to hear that from you. I am 100% surprised to hear that from you.
Minus that Pokemon bullshit.
Fuck
you. Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's actually a pretty surprising good... I liked your list more than I like Nick's list.
Oh, yes!
Mine wasn't surprising.
Your list.
Mine wasn't surprising.
It's there. I did not make any of that
Yours was not surprising.
No. You really thought the Stain was going to be on my list?
No, but the fact that you put some artsy-fartsy movie on there, it's just like...
And the fact that I've only heard of, 2 of them?
Yeah. Other than The Hobbit, I have to give Mike credit and Pokemon, but...
what about for mine?
I don't like your number 1 or your number 3.
Or your number 5, or your...
I
never saw number 3, so I couldn't judge it. Number 1, I think, is...
Number 3. You never seen House One?
I told you that.
Yeah, he did say that.
Sorry,
that's why
you and me argued about that one.
I blocked it out.
Yeah,
You and me argued about that one.
This would have been more fun if we had, talked about bad movies we liked or something like that.
We'll do that next time. We'll do that for the next one. Talk about bad movies.
But again,
oh my god, I have to find out 5 more movies.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how difficult it was scrounging up this list?
Oh, I can find your 5 bad movies list. Just give me 2 minutes.
Fuck you.
Transformers 1, Transformers 2, Transformers 3.
I thought you were gonna say just take his favorite movies list, but then just redo that.
It'd be like Hook and.
No! You bite your tongue.
No.
You've not even seen Hook.
I'm on his side with this one.
I watched half
Get
of it.
the
Actually.
fuck out.
What?
Hook might be one of the greatest movies ever made.
That was okay.
Might be one of the greatest movies ever made.
Don't think of that should have been on the list.
I
was expecting it. I kept sitting. I'm like, "Where's Hook?"
I'm literally sitting there and whereas I can't think of movies to just list off. If it's named a movie and I know the movie, I'll be like, oh yeah. But when it comes to my favorite movies, my favorite video games, my favorite anime, all that time, it's there's those underrated things that you totally forget that you love 110%.
It's definitely
until they're brought up.
Underrated and needs more love.
Like Hook.
Like Hook, yes. If I would have remembered it, it probably would have been 4.
It should have taken The Hobbit's place.
No, The Hobbit is amazing. I love The Hobbits.
Alright guys, we gotta go. We're gonna end this episode like we do every week with former President Bill Clinton reading a section of 50 Shades of Grey. Whenever you're ready, Mr. President.
Bitch, don't you be hating on me, fucker. Fucking Craig will be. These clamps are vicious. He prods the nipple clamps. We'll use these. They're adjustable. Christian, my sex mentor. My mouth is already open from panting. I open wider and he slides... he slides a large, cool metal object between my lips. Shaped like an oversized baby's pacifier. It was... Wow! It has small grooves or carvings. I'm going to put this inside you.
Holy fuck!
His fingers trail between my buttocks, spreading oil. Instantly, the plug inside me starts to vibrate down there.
Oh, God.
It feels alien, full, forbidden, but oh, so good. As my body explodes, I'm nothing but sensation everywhere.
What the Fuck.
Eventually, I'll be able to get through those without laughing. Oh man.
Okay.
Need some fucking water.
So, alright, I gotta find a good one for,
I'm telling you, you gotta get this. You just have to buy the book itself and just flip to a
Okay,
random page.
this one's short. And I'm not sure if you've read this one before, but, have we done this one? Read that one. Tell me, have we done that one? I'm not sure.
Nope.
No, okay. Craig, anytime we have a guest, even though it seems like most shows we always have a guest.
Oh, we've done what? 2 by yourself at this point?
I think 2 of them just by ourselves. So, yeah, episode 6, yeah, like 2 or 3 by ourselves and 3 with people. So, we'll have our guest, once again, read this small little section, that sounds fucking great. Whenever you're ready, Craig.
Out loud.
Yeah.
You're supposed to read it out loud.
Yeah, out loud.
Not in your head.
It's a podcast, sir.
What's this word say?
With
The next one? The next one?
eyes
The next one?
wide
The next one?
and
The next one?
full.
The next one?
Of
Read it, you fuck.
Sound it out. Use
Weeth.
Oh my god.
Heinz.
do it for real.
Ease. Weed. And foo. Of.
Sound like a mentally handicapped patient trying to.
Oh my god.
With his eyes wide and full of fear, he gently tugs my hand and places it on his chest over his heart in the forbidden zone. His breathing quickens. His heart is beating a frantic, pounding tattoo beneath my fingers. I gasp. Oh, my 50. He's letting me touch him. Oh, my 50? Is that...
Oh my 50.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't. Is that what's called 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, you want to hear something funny I just read before you even read that? Was
Okay.
a North Carolina woman injured after a fidget spinner gets stuck in her vagina.
Wait, okay, no, I'm sorry. We're gonna end that with this one. Read that off. I want to hear this. We're gonna end it with this. Oh
my
read that off.
god.
It's just an article I saw. I have to load it, but a 26-year-old woman from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, has been rushed to the hospital after a fidget spinner became stuck in her vagina. The woman had been introduced to fidget spinners by one of her cousins and had been playing with the device while in bed when the accident occurred. She said she was playing with the toy in bed, and for some reason decided to try and pleasure herself with it. In hindsight, it was a pretty stupid thing to do, but she tried spinning it near her vagina to see if it felt good. What happened? Medical staff who treated the woman believe she must have slipped and accidentally pushed the spinner too far into her vaginal passage. Once inside, the opening closed too tightly to remove it, and the only option was to operate.
Get the fuck out. Oh, well, apparently we did have something for what the fuck this week.
Okay.
So yeah,
So,
we're gonna.
I guarantee you on the box now in a toy store, it's going to say not to be used
not
in
to be
your
used,
vagina.
yeah.
Why the fuck would you need to put that in the box?
Hey,
Because if someone's done
warning
it,
labels only exist because people have done it.
why do you think it says on shaving cream, do not use near a fire?
I don't. I
Because
thought we need some explanation.
Because at one
but-
point, someone was at a campfire like, time to shave.
Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna end it there. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Geek Empire Podcast. I'm your host. What was the intro again? I can't.
Transformers.
I'm Nick Prime.
I am Michael Tron.
I'm Crackleby.
Holy shit! It's the dark side of the moon, people.